What? Can y'all hear me? Good afternoon, everybody. Can y'all hear? Good afternoon. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. Could you guys hear my system audio? Let me know if you guys can hear system audio. Mind the man, salute to you, brother. What can you hear? Can you hear the system audio? Can y'all hear the system audio? Let me know. Let me know. Trying to get this whole thing together. But um, salute, salute. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So you heard the system audio then? You heard the music? Did you hear the music? I just want to make sure when I start playing stuff, you guys can hear the system audio. Salute. For sure, for sure. All right. That's what's up. Yo, man, what's good? What's good? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing great. Um, I want to run through this real quick. I might have a meeting coming up. We'll see. No, I don't need to do that. Go right here. Man, what a hell of a fight card on Saturday, right? What a hell of a fight card. I was very happy with what we saw there. That shit was fire. Man, that shit was fire. Uh, you know, all the guys I thought would win won. Abdullah Mason, Bam, you know what I'm saying? Uh, David Benavidez, Dev. And if you guys were here Saturday morning, I did a live stream breaking down the last fights that Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney had before their matchup. And I showed and explained and detailed and gave an analysis on why Brian Norman Jr. will get absolutely washed. And if Devin did not absolutely wash Brian Norman Jr., I said we would need to have a conversation with Devin. Like, for real. There's no reason Devin should not have whooped on Brian Norman Jr.'s ass, and that's what he did. It was basically a 12-0 skunk. In my opinion, it was a 12-0 skunk. Some people gave Brian Norman Jr. the first round. That was a toss-up, right? And people want to give Brian Norman Jr. rounds. You know what I'm saying? But Brian Norman Jr. didn't take any rounds, right? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not giving Brian Norman Jr. shit, just like I didn't give Devin shit. Devin took those rounds. Brian did not. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's how it's going to be. That's how I rock. If you didn't take the round, you didn't take the fucking round. I don't care if you're a champion or not. Dev put on a master class, point blank and motherfucking period. That's how I'm rocking with it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I want to do right now, right? There are a lot of people. Hen Dog, salute. Dev gets all the credit. Absolutely, Hen Dog. Salute to you for coming back. You know, I know you had Brian Norman Jr. Whooping on Devin. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you for coming back and saying that Dev gets his credit. Salute to you. But there are some people, they either want to take credit or they want to give half-ass credit, or, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to give no credit, right? Oh, it was boring. It was this. It was that. Man, shut the fuck up. That's what I got to say about it, right? Y'all, and it's pure hate. None of these cats was Brian Norman Jr. fans at all, right? None of them. None of these dudes, none of these chicks were Brian Norman Jr. fans. Yeah, they went hot. Some of them didn't know. Some came out, you know, the real ones, the real boxing fans that chose Brian Norman Jr. for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I showed you guys on Saturday. No boxing analyst or no one who knows the sport of boxing would pick Brian Norman Jr. over Devin after looking at that last fight. No one in their right mind. No offense to you, Hen Dog, but ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no way. And I was very confused by that. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, I know these cats know better. They got to know better. What is we doing? Why are we sitting here? Why are we saying Brian Norman has this footwork, has this skill, has all this power, when I told you guys, I showed you guys, he has none of that. Right? It just he caught the cats the last three cats he knocked down or knocked out. I mean, it was just they were off balance. Their center of gravity wasn't in the right spot. Those were, to me, in my opinion, those were lucky shots. But anybody with any skill near Devin is not going to feel the power that Brian Norman Jr. is supposed to bring. That's just what it is. That's if you're looking at it through the lens of, you know, hey, I'm really looking at this as though I'm looking at all the tools. I'm looking at all the tools that Brian Norman Jr. has. I'm looking at the tool Devin has, and I don't see it. I said Drew Channel Brian had to stay cautious during the first rounds until the later rounds. And people were saying Haney had no power. He's a swarmer and relies on athleticism. What athleticism, Hen Dog? What you hear when I was showing y'all the Brian Norman Jr. versus Jen Sasaki fight? What athleticism? Right? He has some athleticism. But anyway, we're gonna get into something, right? This is what I want to do. This is what we want to do, right? Because, you know, I just want to kind of go through some of these cats, the high profile Devin Haney haters. I just kind of want to see what they say before and after and see what we got going. You know, I'm curious on how they choose to accept this defeat. Hen Dog says his punch placement when he's rushing in is deadly if you don't got defense. You can't just not have defense, right? You also have to have horrible footwork, horrible positioning, right? But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Hey, I'm more power to you, right? I just want to, real quick, because I ain't got a lot of time. Let's see. What are we doing here? I want to see. Let's start with. Now, this is what got me, right? I was watching Sean Zeitel. Uh, Now, I don't really watch that dude like that, but I looked at his post-fight reaction or whatever the case may be. He's walking through a parking garage or something like that. And he said something that I'm waiting to see how long the narrative picks up steam, right? I want to see how long this narrative picks up steam because, it's one angle that I thought they might use. And I think this might pick up a little steam, right? We're going to see what he says. Now, I fast forwarded to this spot because I got to this spot. I was like, man, all right, what's up? We need Bill Haney versus Brian Norman Sr. to fight. Why? Bill Haney ain't no fighter. He ain't a boxer. Brian Norman Jr. is a boxer, or a senior is a boxer. You know what I mean? But, yeah, Brian Norman, Bill Haney ain't no fighter. He's not a boxer. So let's see what he says. Because I thought, ain't no fucking way. Because we didn't hear this before Brian Norman Jr. fought Devin. Right. Wait. I thought I stopped it where I wanted it. Damn it. Damn it. That's true. He's talking about this is true. This is what I said. I said this months ago. Months ago when I first covered Brian Norman's fight against when I looked into Brian Norman Jr. fight against Jen Sasaki, I said then that he had a distance problem. He has a problem judging distance. You know what I'm saying? He has a problem closing the distance. He has a problem judging distance. This is what I said about Brian Norman Jr. Months ago. So with this in mind, why are we saying that Brian Norman Jr. has this skill? Right? This is just a question I have because I don't see it. Right? But this is what everybody's saying. Oh, he has this skill, he has this footwork, he has this athleticism. And it doesn't show up. Salute the combos with Kim in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Mind Mansa Musa, she says, salute Frida's March, salute chats. Peace and blessing to you as well. Mind Mansa Musa says, Arab knockoff pity pat was heading so bad, crying wife dip juice was on his mouth at the same time, smelling like hot camel's butt after Desert Cookie Tank's favorite girl still tripping out there. Oh, absolutely. He going to, though. That wasn't going to work. There we go. This is what I wanted. This is where I wanted to stop at. Did you hear what he just said? The problem with Brian Norman, listen, Brian Norman is chinny. When has anybody ever said that about Brian Norman Jr.? Brian Norman Jr. have bad IQ in the boxing ring? Absolutely. Are finer? Yes. it was in his clinch game, and Haney shut that down too. Absolutely. Oh, you can't hear it? Yep. Did you hear it? Can y'all hear that? Let me know if y'all can hear the system audio. You the hell? The fuck? Y'all can't hear? God damn it. But y'all could hear just a minute ago, right? I don't know what the hell's going on. God damn it. Well, he's saying that Brian Norman Jr. is chinny. When have y'all heard that? He's saying, I don't understand this shit. Let me stop sharing the screen. It was working just fine. I don't understand. I don't understand. Hold on. Can y'all hear that? Well, can y'all hear that now? Hold on, let me try something else. Some bullshit. Let me see. Yeah, some bullshit. Let me do this. I mean,
still, people will. I see what everyone's saying on social media. Down the stretch, took his foot off the gas and the clinching, but it was a great performance. And a lot of people thought not only was he going to get knocked out in this fight, but that this could be the end of Devin Haney and all that. So my salute to Team Haney, to Bill Haney.
y'all can't hear it still. Oh, you can hear it now? Yeah. Let me go back.
His foot off the gas and the clinching. People will an improvement across is better at 1 foot and have a good chin and to an extent. The big problem for Brian is he's chinny. He doesn't have a good chin. It would appear.
He doesn't have a good chin. It would appear. When has anybody said that Brian Norman Jr. ain't got a good chin? When did that happen? I'm confused. When did that ever be? Whoever said that? Salute to the real Shelton in the building. Salute to real Shelton. Nobody said Brian Norman Jr. had a bad chin, right? Now this guy's saying, oh, well, Brian Norman Jr. has a bad chin, it would appear. And yeah, Devin Haney's power approved. Okay, well, you know what? Let's stick with that. That's what I want to do. I want this. You know what? I want this narrative. Let's push this narrative, y'all. Let's just say Brian Norman Jr. is chinny. Let's just do it. Right? Now, we can't say it because they'll go against it, right? People that support Devin, we can't say that Brian Norman Jr. is chinny. Why is Steve Nash talking about boxing? Steve Nash, the hell? I have no idea, bro. That's everybody and their mom want to talk about boxing. And that's fine, You remember when what's that dude name? The dude that got caught up in the gambling shit, Gilbert Arenas, when he tried to put his little 2 cents in when Devin got cheated. Shut your ass down somewhere. No, the hell you talking about? Speaking of which, Super Al Matias popped dirty for Osterine too. Didn't that motherfucker kill somebody before? See, this that bullshit. Subriel Matias killed somebody. Right? He killed somebody in the ring. And here he is popping dirty. Oh, the brother, the real Shetton says, I'm joking, bro. I'm talking about dude you got on the video. Oh, right. Yeah, this dude. Yeah. No, that motherfucker, man. So here's now I just want to listen, man. I just want to point out Subriel Matias killed somebody in the ring. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man, that motherfucker killed somebody. And he's popping dirty for Ostarine, popping dirty for PEDs. What is we talking about, man? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What like we had to get this shit under control in the sport of boxing, right? Because the less punishment people receive, the less consequences people receive for popping dirty, the worse it's going to be for you, right? The more people are going to want to. If they're not getting any consequences, there's not going to be any incentive for anybody to not pop dirty, right? They're just going to do it. They're going to risk it. And if they get caught, they get caught. They'll get a 1 or 2 year suspension. And yeah, they'll be right back at it. And hopefully they can sneak in under the radar. Some bullshit. So let me go to this motherfucker real quick. Can y'all guess who I'm about to put up here? Let me see if y'all can guess. One of Devin's number one haters. Salute to Realize in the building. Salute to you, Queen. How you doing? How y'all doing this afternoon? Man, can y'all guess? I'm about to throw him up here. This shit. Now, the shit this dude chooses to talk about when it comes to Devin, any reason to find to like just to shit on him, just to be bitter, just to be a little bitch, it's just out of control. But you know, this is how these people do, and hopefully they will go to the wayside and stop. You know, just get the fuck out of here. No, not Stevenson. Not Stevenson. No. This guy. Right? This dude right here. So what is he talking about right here?
So everybody may wait.
Can y'all hear? Let me know if y'all can hear that system audio. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Romeo, give me a 5x5 if you can hear me and the system audio. Salute, Hassan. Salute to you. Now, what is this dude talking about?
Everybody may wait, man, for this ring card tomorrow. The weigh-in this afternoon is ceremonial. I'm headed to get a haircut right now. When I get back, I'm gonna react to it live. So I'm gonna be able to watch the weigh-in. I'm gonna watch it live, just like I watched the press conference live last night. So y'all come react to the weigh-in with me, man. We're gonna get the CD boy face off, you know, for the final time before they fight tomorrow.
Salute to Insane Most Hated in the building.
But Abdullah Mason, 134.5. Sam
now,
Oaks.
What does it say? This says Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. But he's talking about Abdullah Mason. See, these motherfuckers hate Devin. But they damn sure use his name to get clicks and views. Right? Don't they? Why doesn't it say Abdullah Mason? See, they throw these names in here. They throw Devin's name in there. And they talk about completely different other shit. and then they save it for the end because they want to hear you talk about some shit they don't really care about, right? This, because they know their audience doesn't really care about the shit they're talking about unless they're shitting on Devin.
135. Jesse Bam Rodriguez weighed in 114. Puma Martinez weighed in 113. The official weight for Devin Haney was 146.5. The official weight for Brian Norman Jr. was 146. The official weight for David Benavidez was 170. Ain't nobody dropping no belts. Ain't nobody getting stripped. Ain't nobody got to do no last minute contracts. Everybody was professional and on weight. And shout out to all the fighters. Shout out to all of the fighters for accomplishing that. Because, you know, we've seen fights get scrapped. We've seen people miss weight by 3-4 pounds this year. And so it's just nice.
You see
that
what
a
he's
big time card that we've been talking about a lot.
You see what he's doing? He's trying to he's trying to behave like he's objective. He's trying to act like he's even across the board. He's going to give all the fighters the credit, right? This is the type of shit he does to pretend like he's balanced, right? This is what he does to pretend like he's balanced. You know what I'm saying? So not only is he throwing Devin's name in there, because according to him, Devin is not the face of boxing at all. But he knows that if he throws Devin's name in there, it's going to get some traction.
Everybody was professional. Everybody was prize fighters, you know, championship level professionalism, and everybody made weight with no issues. So hopefully they get a good meal in them. Hopefully they get some water in them, get some hydration. Weigh in that we all about to watch together on the platform later this afternoon. Hopefully it's lit, bro. Hopefully it's lit to make it lit. Y'all know how we get down over here, man. But y'all smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. We out.
Yeah, so he's talking about the weigh-ins on the Ring 4 card. But instead of titling it the weigh-ins for the Ring 4 cards, he says Devin Haney, right? So he knows how his bread is buttered. So let's go up here.
Man, Devin Haney can't even get his nickname right.
Now, do you see this? This is the short after the one where he's calling every fighter professional. You know, he's talking about the weigh-ins of everybody on the card. But he titles it Devin Haney and Brian Norman. And then in the very next short, this is what he does.
Bro, him and his daddy can't even get their nickname right, bro. You know how we call Timalifu Telefimu, bro?
No, we don't. No, who calls him that? Who in the chat calls Tia female Tilafimu? Who does that? He is the only motherfucker I heard call Tio by that name. Who's doing that? I mean, it has something to do with Devin, but he mentions Devin. Turkey does. Well, I don't know. But no one calls him that. And so if Turkey and Knockoff Pity Pack, they call him Tilafimo or wherever the fuck he call him. Right? He did it twice? Yeah, okay. But I've never heard anybody else refer to Tiafimo or Tio female as Tilafimu.
We don't call him by his name. Bill Haney, the Devin Haney Brigade. Y'all did this to yourself.
Brigade? What's a brigade?
Bill Haney had a Haney Brigade.
What did we do to ourselves? Devin Haney supporters. What is he talking about? Now this motherfucker bitching about a nickname? He's listen, he created a short to bitch about Devin Haney's nickname. This is what this man does. This man is whining and bitching and moaning about a nickname for Devin Haney. What the fuck is we doing? Yes, baby. Yeah, with dinner. Go ahead. Imagine that. You complaining about this man's nickname? What?
Food Telefimu, bro. We don't call him by his name. Bill Haney, the Devin Haney Brigade. Y'all did this to yourself. Bill Haney had a shirt on. I just can't stop laughing at it, bro. He had a shirt on at the press conference yesterday. He spelled Debo, D-E-B-O. D-E-B-O. Well, Debo and Friday is D-E-E-B-O.
Really? So you decided you just have to find something to hate on Devin about. So you're hating on how Bill Haney spelled Debo. And this is what we're doing. Hassan says he has a sad life. Yes, congratulations to Norman Jr. Devin Haney. Congratulations to him. It was a great fight. Yeah, congratulations to Devin for doing what I knew he was going to do. And congratulations to Brian Norman Jr. for stepping up, putting his belt on the line. I mean, what happened, I knew what was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen, but it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, this guy is talking about Devin, how Bill Haney spelled Debo.
So he left out a letter, man. Now, I don't know if he couldn't afford.
He doesn't know if he could afford. Salute to the brother, Drew Titan in the building. Salute to you, brother. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for coming through. This man suggesting that Bill can't afford a letter on a shirt?
To put the extra E on there. To put the extra E. So he left out a letter, man. Now, I don't know if he couldn't afford.
This nigga, man.
To put the extra E on there. I don't know if it was a mistake, but to have all these glazers, bro, all these knob gobblers, didn't nobody hit him in the DM, didn't nobody hit him on Twitter, didn't nobody say.
So we were supposed to hit up Bill Haney in the DMs and tell him that he spelled Debo wrong. That's what we're supposed. So we're glazing if we didn't do that. First of all, I didn't even know that it was missing an E. I didn't care. The fuck? DP Rocket says March 1st, 2025. Well, yeah, absolutely. Mind Man Smooth says a lie, don't care who tell it. Slimmy slug dip mouth spitting. Oh man, that's crazy. So I guess Drew Titan failed as a friend of Bill Haney because he didn't tell him that he spelled Debo wrong. This is what we're talking about.
Nobody let this man know.
Salute to Bastion. I don't think he even really black. He ain't no goddamn black. Listen, he Arab. He said it himself. He said he was Arab when he was talking shit about Turkey and then got mad when Mind and Mansa Musa called him an Arab. But this is what we dealing with.
Oh, that he spelled that wrong. And so now as a result, his nickname is Debo. Debo.
This motherfucker think he funny. He think that's funny.
Debo Dev. He's a Timu Debo. And then y'all are some Timu Tank Davis fans, bro. Y'all ought to be ashamed of y'all.
Timu Tank Davis fans. You see this shit? Who thought this man was any level of intelligent? He probably is half Arab. I don't fucking know. But don't get mad when you tell people that you're Arab and then they call you an Arab. When you run around calling people nigga all day. Miss me with that bullshit. But this is what we're doing. You're going at Devin Haney fans for not telling Bill Haney that he spelled Debo wrong. Who gives a fuck? You get the message, right?
Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, if he don't have on the Debo, if you don't have on the Debo Dev shirt today at the weigh-in, then we know one thing for sure. Him and all his glazers, y'all be watching my content, man. Hey, man, make sure you don't wear that shirt at the weigh-in tomorrow, man. KO.
Now, this is the first time I've seen this short, y'all. So, no, we're not really watching your content. I'm doing this because I know you're a fucking hater, and I want to see what you say before and after. That's why I'm doing this. But, no.
Caught it, man. KO saw that shit. Don't wear that shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man.
This motherfucker cornball, bro.
Devin Haney's new nickname. He ain't the dream. He ain't Black Jesus. That boy name is Debo.
Shut the fuck up.
What's good with y'all, man? So
no one cares.
Jake Paul goes off
this is so that's what he said, right? That's what he said before the fight. Now, this is just a short. I'm not running through this motherfucker live streams. I'm not running through the videos because fuck that. I'm not doing all that. But it's crazy how they switch up. It's crazy. It's not even switch up, right? Now, we know what Devin did in there. We know what Devin did in there. We know that he put on an excellent performance and made Brian Norman Jr. look like he doesn't even belong in the ring with him. That's just really what it is. And Brian Norman Jr., he made some improvements since Jin Sasaki. He made some improvements, like some of the shit I pointed out, like his footwork. I mean, he still can't judge distance, right? That's something they really need to work on. He can't judge distance with that jab. You know, there's a lot of shit he needs to work on. He still needs to work on his footwork, but you know, I mean, he tried. He did a little better, you know, but facing Devin, that's something he had to do. He had to step it up a little bit, and we know that there were preparation issues as well when in this fight. There were just preparation issues. You know, he got to Riyadh late. You know, he got there late. You know, he just didn't. He went shopping and walking around, going on vacations and shit. He took vacations before and after he got there. You know, it just didn't spar, didn't do any of that shit. So that was a contributing factor. But even if he had done all that, I still believe that he would have got washed anyway, because Devin is just many, many levels above him. It just is what it is. You know, and people like this dude wanted you to believe that Brian Norman Jr. had a chance, but if he'd have looked at the fight with Jin Sasaki, that's all you need to look at. You don't need to go back to 5 fights. You know why? Because you're only as good as your last fight. In my opinion, you are supposed to evolve as a top fighter. He is a champion. He was a champion at 147 pounds, welterweight. So if you're a champion at welterweight, you should have a level of experience that puts you above many of the rest in your division. But that's not what happened. Salute to Ring, respect Ring Media in the building. Salute to Dead Mike. Props to Haney, but he can't finish a slice of pizza. All right, Dead Mike. Whatever you say, pal. So Brian Norman Jr., if you looked at his last fight, he should have put Jin Sasaki away in the first round. He should have put Jin Sasaki away in the first round. If you go back and look at the live stream on Saturday, I did where I showed you, he should have put Jin Sasaki away in the first round, but because he is not on that level, he could not do that. So many things fundamentally that Brian Norman Jr. has a problem with. Footwork, judging distance, punch placement. Why is the guy right in front of you? His body is wide open because he's in the high guard. He's not guarding his body. He's not dropping his arms to guard his body. When you throw a hook to the body, you're hitting him in the fucking elbow. But he's standing right. Listen, these are things that you have to look at and say, all right, yeah, ain't no way he's going to do anything remotely troublesome to Devin at all. But cats like this, well, they're not going to take you through those analysis. This dude never showed you the Jin Sasaki versus Brian Norman Jr. fight. He never showed you the Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez fight to show you, was Devin really running? Was he standing in the pocket? Was he always there in front of Jose Ramirez? I showed you. He stood in front of Jose Ramirez 90% of the night that he fought Jose Ramirez. And when Jose Ramirez got too close and tried to trap his ass, he spun him. But he wasn't running around. He wasn't using this so-called excessive movement. But I didn't just tell you, I showed you, right? But that's not Haney check left hook was nice. Yeah. Didn't I show y'all the check left hook against Jose Ramirez on Saturday? I pointed out that check left hook on Saturday. I said Devin utilized a beautiful check left hook, didn't get hit with a left hook, and was right there. So if Jose Ramirez was trying to trap Devin, well, guess what? He trapped Jose Ramirez, caught him with them check hooks. And what did he do to Brian Norman Jr.? Caught him with a few check hooks, did he not? But no one's telling you that. Not no one, but these cats like this. You know, cats like Drew Titan and Brother Stormy and BF, they'll tell you. They told you. But y'all don't want to, not y'all, but people that listen to this dude, they're not going to tell you that. They don't care about none of that because they listen to this. Look at this motherfucker. I don't want to go into ad hominems, but God damn it, bro. No ad hominem. I'm not going to do it. But you get what I'm saying. I'll let Mind the Mansa Musa do that. I'll let Mind the Mansa Musa clown this dude's jaw, slack jaw. The bottom line is they didn't analyze shit. They just told you what they wanted you to hear, and everybody ran with the narrative. Nah, fuck that. That's why I did what I did on Saturday.
Devin with the victory over Brian Norman Jr. Second round was the key, y'all. Second round was the key. They came out in the first round. Brian Norman Jr. was in charge in that first round, and he won the first round clearly. But then Devin Haney caught him.
Shut the fuck up.
Tamed after that.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Now you want to try to act like you're going to analyze this fight. Now you're trying to act like, now I'm going to do what I should have been doing and tell you what happens. No. I ain't going to be able to do it. He said, I'm still sucking on his wife's titties. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, they was trying to tell you some bullshit. Yeah. And he goes on to say, I didn't think it was a masterclass performance like other people. All right, call it what you want, bro. Call it what you want. No one gives a shit. Now, what are we doing here, man? So this is 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring another motherfucker to the stage. Right? Because this is what they do. See, they act like they really love Devin. Let me see. They love Devin for real. Right? They love Devin for real. They love Devin for real. Right? They love Devin. They love him because they don't get nearly the revenue they get talking about any other fighter. They don't get the views they get talking about any other fighter. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, Garcia beats Barrios, and then we got Haney versus Garcia drug testing 24/7. Absolutely. You goddamn right, Dead Mike. Yeah. Yeah, you goddamn right. Now, I probably got to get off in a minute. Hold on, guys. Just a second. Let me handle something. Anyway, y'all. Yeah. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. What does it say? Your actor, Devin Haney, switches character at weigh-in. All right. Now, where I stopped is 2 minutes and 56 seconds into this video. Right. So let's see what he's talking about in the beginning.
Stevenson running from kind of bend. Nobody will watch this. Welcome back to Southpaw TV. Great news for boy Strictly for this decision and firm on one comes first. Who up? Trans question. What's his goal? He wants to go for a bronze going to territory 10 out of 10 times. This is an unfair fight.
Hey, it's Canelo.
Anything to done that you are done. The interview of Fight Hub TV. Reason for Canelo out. Forget about that fight. Y'all head, it is never weird. And what one guy is at once, more than likely this fight cook him. Got some man put up laughing emojis, sense, but I guess if it makes sense, and you want Stevenson running from kind of bend. Nobody, you can tell this man grew up in Hennessy.
Now, here we are, right? This man what does he have here? You an actor, Devin Haney switches character. We are 3 minutes into the video of the 5-minute video, and he gets to 3 minutes and starts talking about Devin's brother. This is what he does.
It's in Nevada. You can tell this man grew up watching hip-hop videos, so he think he looking tough right now.
You need to get your goof ass somewhere and sit.
He think he's looking tough because he's wearing a beanie and some glasses and a chain. Is that why we think he think he's tough because of that? Now, understand, this is why the LDBC, that's why y'all LDBC members, this is why y'all get motherfuckers flooding your chat the way they do. I just want y'all to know that. See, y'all probably don't watch, and I don't watch this dude. I was just curious to see what he was going to say before and after the fight. I was just curious. But here we are. He's talking about Devin's brother wearing a beanie and some shades and what? So he thinks he's tough now. Okay.
The fuck down, gang.
You got no fights, amateur or professional. Stop having people record you as you jump out the damn car. As a matter of fact, come to Chicago. Come to the west side of Chicago.
Why cats got to go to Chicago? Fuck Chicago. Why are we going to Chicago? This is retarded.
Come to the south side of Chicago. Jump out the car just like this. Act tough. Abdullah Mason made way to raise to Devin Haney. You can tell these dudes is professionals at the end of the day. These guys are sportsmen, not street guys.
Allahu Akbar.
Devin Haney must have seen the backlash from him jumping around yesterday. Everybody was cooking Devin Haney yesterday because he was jumping around like a clown. Today, the man switched it up because Devin Haney is a professional actor. He portrays a body.
Devin's a professional actor. I didn't know that. I thought he was a professional fighter. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap this up. I had meetings going long, and now I got another meeting. So it is what it is. This is just crazy. Yeah. But yeah, this is what we got. So yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all later though. Salute to y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna keep marching forward to our freedom and truth. And yeah, this is just crazy. Maybe I'll touch on more of this weekend. I'm not sure, but yeah, I had a lot more in the tuck for this video, for this live stream, but duty calls. So I couldn't get to it as soon as I wanted to. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. All right, man. Holla at y'all later. Peace.